I am Ebtesam Al Ketbi. I have many hats. First, I am professor of political science at UA University. And second, I am president of a think tank called Emirates Policy Center. I'm holding another hat, which is I am a member of the legislative body of GCC Council. Okay, so, but mainly I work on my think tank, of course, which deals with the development in the geopolitics and how its impact on our region and on UAE, and try to map the power in the world and also the changing in the map of power and how it's also reflected in our region, to draw from that to risk assessment and do a prediction, writing policy papers and position papers for the decision makers in UAE. I said I am a professor of political science. I'm also a researcher. So I'm always obsessed by the idea, how can you make a thing, it's not something, a think tank, not an academic center, okay? Something like what is in the US, which can bridge the gap between the academy and the decision making. And because I was looking to these big think tanks, like RAND, like Carnegie, Atlantic Council. So then I said I will start, and if it will work, it will work. So I started, but the first year was 2013 by initiating what I call it the Circle Policy, Iranian Policy Studies. And because at that time, when I started my think tank, there was, although Iran is a neighbor, we have a conflict with Iran. Iran is important to know. There were no any center concentrating on Iran. So I was the one in that. Then I contacted Ministry of Foreign Affairs, did some work. If they are interested in that kind of work, they were. And then I said, if you can, we can make a contract with you, so you can fund that on a yearly basis, then we can bring more people. Luckily, they agreed. Then I started including more area studies like Yemen, like Egypt, like Turkey, others, but with a few people, of course. It's here in the research, what matters is not the number. What matters is the quality of researcher, if you have a good researchers. Then first year, I had a big challenge by organizing a big conference on international level, and I called it Abu Dhabi Strategic Debate. That was, I just completed 1 year since I started establishing my think tank. And everybody was coming and asking me, how old is the center? And they were so surprised when I'm telling them, it's just 1 year. And they say, you put yourself in the map, because it was a big conference in international level from all over the world. And it's not about the people more than the agenda at that time. Then we started to have this annual conference on a daily basis. Of course, we are growing, but little by little still. But I have also researchers outside UAE whom they belong to us, but trained by us, but they are in their countries, so that to follow the what's happening there and giving a depth in the analysis they are sending. That was, I was also at that time Still, I am the only Arab woman running a think tank. So it was also a challenge for me. It's not easy. And to run a think tank with the concept of think tank, I'm always saying we have in the region many tanks, but we don't have think tanks. It wasn't easy because also getting fund for this and get credibility, okay? This is the most important. You can open. Always the challenge, how you can sustain and you sustain and successful all the time and be advanced than other. So the challenge, first challenge, it is how to get the qualified researcher, because the tradition of writing a policy paper, it's not here. So how to bring also qualified and to train them, okay? It takes time. This is a big challenge for us in our field. Second, of course, funding and to convince the others to fund you because what you are writing is credible. But thanks God, I got credibility day by day from those whom they are attending our activities in terms of workshops or our annual conference. If you want also to succeed, you have always to update yourself. Our field, always there is something in new theories, in methodology, and now also the whole era shifting towards artificial intelligence. It's more computerized. So also I am adapting that with whatever in my field. So this is also make me pioneer in that field. This is when we call it financial scientific challenges. The other, more of your success also, it depends on you. Okay? If you are accepting the challenge, okay? If you believe in yourself before others believe in you, if you believe in your capabilities, you will do it. I'm always saying, I will do it. And you have the courage. But no matter, okay, everybody will face failure. Okay, but you learn from your failure. You have to learn. Nothing will come easy, but you learn by try and error. Okay, I'm initiating something new for the region. It's not there, nothing to follow in the region, or somebody will take my hand. In terms of gender, I won't say, I mean, the decision maker, they were encouraging. The problem with those whom they are your colleague in this field, okay, and most this field is for men. I mean, dealing with politics, dealing with international relations, mostly you find men in that field. So that was for them, I mean, nobody took me serious before when I was establishing my think tank. They said, well, she just wasting her time or playing or something, and then she will fail. When they notice that I'm not failing, I'm succeeding every year, of course, those whom they having centers, studies centers, not think tank, starting to attack you or try to, because you are taking the place from them. And also, I didn't come from nowhere. When I came to initiate my think tank, I'm already well known as an analyst, and I write and appear in the media. So I'm not nobody. I came from field, so people, they know me. I know my capabilities. Women are supporting in this field because this is first woman for them appearing as running think tank. Nobody in the Arab world is taking this. Now, how to help other? I mean, I start to recruit my students, girl students, whom I teach them in the university, and I train them as a researcher and bring them to my think tank. Okay? Fortunately, I believe in equality between women and men. Who is qualified? What doesn't matter in the research? Qualified person. It's not on the gender basis. Who's qualified, who will get a chance with me. So this gives also that you have initiating something in the Arab world, something new. When I established my center, I called it Emirates Policy Center. After 1 year after I succeed, all those centers changed their name to policy something. Because they thought what gives you, what makes you succeed is the name. They don't know it is the methodology you are adapting and you are following. Education, as I said, is very important. How you shape the people mind and thought. You have to start from the grassroots, how to raise the awareness for many things. I believe civic education is very, very important in terms you put the values related to environment, related to modernity, related to moderate religion. Everything you have to start with the people from their kindergarten. If you want to have a good human being can deal injustice with the environment, with the other, the issue of tolerance, accepting the other. If you accept the other, you also will not dare to harm your environment because it pays injustice. It's not only for me, it's also for us to share. The belief in sharing the all what God gave us. Okay? I think this is also something we are trying to include in our paper. I go back also to the civic education. Okay? And in the Gulf, because it's an oil producer countries, they used to call it in economy rentier state. From social perspective, this concept create what we call it rentier mentality, okay, which is your work based on your nationality, not on your what you are doing. And this is harm the values of work, many things. And of course, part of that, consumption. Okay? So if you also include in the civic education, okay, that how you should deal with the water, how you should preserve the planet and the environment. And consumption, it's a culture, okay? It's, of course, with this scarcity, people tend to, now with the taxes in the Gulf, okay, people tend to not to consume too much, but they need to learn about the consumption regarding water, okay, regarding food. Still, this culture is not anymore there. You need to educate people. You need, but as I said, this is, you should start early, again and again and again, because if you have been raised on this way through the school in your house, you will learn that. I don't want to turn more religious. It's more related to humanity, related to ethic, related to value, which is global. Okay? Some people are outside the religion. So does they fit? Where they fit if they are not religious? And sometimes religious people, they use it to practice power on the others. Okay? Tell them this is good, this is not good. So if you have somebody, good preacher, what if you have not a good preacher? How he will use it? So there is gathering mainly on Friday, for men only. In Ramadan, it's men and women. Okay, but this is only praying. So again, you need something more, because now we are in the era of artificial intelligence. We are in the era of fourth industrial revolution. So your means should be different. How you can pick from the religion what you say, this is ethical. It's not only religious. It's ethical, and it is for your interest. It's not because it's only coming from Quran or from Bible or from Torah. It's no. So how to convince the people from that, you know? I mean, you have to talk about the new generation is coming with the high-tech use and mentality. How you can reach them through their devices? I mean, we have to think in different way than it used to be before. Okay, you have social media now. Not all the people go to the mosque on Friday. Okay, so if they hear it one time, not every day you will tell them, and not every week you will tell them the same speech. So kind of raising awareness in different advertisement coming, Facebook and Twitter, and these new things should be taught. Of course, if you raise awareness by creating more NGOs also defending this in the society, bringing people more to them, this will help a lot. Voluntarily work. So I came here to explain the UAE experience in terms of how did they dealt with the issue of environment and climate change. And of course, also UAE is unique in terms of its experience. First Arab countries home establish synagogue, Buddhism, Hindu, churches, okay, and Muslim churches, the Catholic, the Orthodox. You have it in UAE, which is make the Abrahamic tradition more digested by UAE leaders. So this is I was saying it's a good point to come from there, highlighting this experience. I think that, as I said in my intervention, that at the end, everything related to the decision makers, okay? So, because if you enlighten your decision maker, how important this to commit to this, not to leave this, what has been reached by all, the globe, that the importance of the issue of climate change, and we have to stand side by side, because this planet, we all share it, okay? And if something happen, all of us will suffer. I think something this has come to me that I have to promote the efforts taken by UAE and can be use this initiative, the Abrahamic tradition which they have applied on religion in UAE, and to take it to another area which is environment as well.